All right, it's Goodreads Choice Award time. Every year, I react. I film this. I see how many I know. We'll see how it goes. I've been kind of in the know on speculative and romance new releases, so we'll see. It's also kind of fun. So also next week, I'm going to wrap up, I think, some of the award season ending points for a lot of awards I follow, kind of ranking and thinking of what the best books of 2024 are. And for better or worse, Goodreads is the beginning of award season for 2025 books. And disclaimer, it's a popularity contest, and I don't really know how they curate things because it's sort of with ratings and numbers and sort of not, and it's sort of want to read shelf and sometimes read shelf, and it's a popularity contest, and if it's marketed well, it's probably on this list. Let's see what happens. I'm going to get us set up. So let us see what's happening. Let's click on fiction. All right, so fiction I'm expecting to know the least, although already in this top row here, I do know this Charlotte McConaughey. I haven't read it, but I know this author, so there's that. There's an Ann Tyler, she's a Moth, Sarah McLean, don't know those. Sonia Sunny. I know that this one was one that was long-listed for the Booker. I don't know if it was shortlisted. I know it was a longer one. I know it's a generational book. And I see it at my local bookstore, and it looks really pretty. So I know 2 of them so far. These covers are really pretty. This cover reminds me of another book by this author. Was it like one with the trees? So I know this author, but I don't think I know this book. Because I think it was like Overgrowth or Overgrown. I don't know. This cover reminds me of that. Don't know anything in this row. Although I know this author. Oh, is this the author who wrote... Everyone is probably in the comments are yelling at me, but Night Crawling? I think that might be the author who wrote Night Crawling, and people were telling me she had a new book. So that's kind of cool, if I'm right. Oh, I know Bachman, and I know Ocean Vuong, and I know Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. So I know many people on this bottom row. I don't know what I'm going to vote for. Yes, I haven't read anything, but I don't really care about that for this. So I think I'm going to sit on it. I want to look and see if this is the author who I think it is. I don't want to get away from the screen though, so I'm going to look at that later. But I do think of all of these, that one or this one would be my pick because I've liked works from those authors before. I did enjoy, it was not the Wolves one, I haven't read the Wolves one by her, but the bird ones, Migrations. So, that's about what I expect from a favorite fiction category. Historical fiction, probably gonna know less. So far, I don't know much, but this is a very pretty cover. Whatever Junie is, I'm really liking that cover. Do I know anybody here? I mean, David Baldacci. I don't read David Baldacci, but my mom and Ryan's mom and my grandma, they all read David Baldacci. Oh, there's the Taylor Jenkins Reid, Atmosphere. I feel like people have been liking Atmosphere. I think it's the one before this one where I've heard more mixed reviews, but I feel like this has been back to form, unsure. The Lilac People. I feel like Lilac blank is a thing I'm very used to in historical fiction books. Is there something with like World War II and lilac or something? I don't know if I'm making that association up in my head. Trying to see if I recognize anybody else. Oh, this cover. Someone tell me if Homeseeking is good. I see this cover in my bookstore all the time, and I'm like obsessed with this cover. But I don't really read historical fiction, so should I realistically even pick it up? So, I think the winner, if I want to guess the winner, I'm going David Baldacci or Taylor Jenkins Reid all the way. I think that of all those authors, hands down, those are the famous ones. I've also seen the cover for Good Dirt around a lot, so feel free to tell me if any of these are worth my time. I don't read a lot of historical fiction, but I do like historical fiction. Ooh, The Stolen Queen. This one looks pretty too. Cleopatra? Something? I don't know. Ooh, now where I know nothing. Except with whatever Mara tells me in her prediction video every year. That's all I know. Well, S.A. Cosby. I haven't read anything by him, but I want to. I know Frida McFadden, because she's very popular, and already you can see her twice. John Grisham, also. My grandma loves John Grisham. So I know the authors in the first one. There's 3 Frida McFaddens. Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot. Do I know anything else? Oh, there's 2 authors for this, and one of them's Reese Witherspoon. Interesting. The Richard Osman. My grandma really likes this series. I got it for her 2 years ago for Christmas, so she's been enjoying that. And we just watched the movie based off the first book, and that was fun. Haven't read the book yet, though. I feel like Alice Feeney, also a popular one. Karen Slaughter, that's an author I hear about a lot. Same with Holly Jackson, although was Holly Jackson a young adult author? Am I making that up? I don't know. I'm not saying that this is young adult. I'm saying that, like, where I've heard her name before. And I don't think it's because I'm thinking of Holly Black. But I could be really wrong. Ooh, this one. There's the Vera Wong series that people really like. This cover looks really familiar to me, but I don't know why. And also, whenever you get into this, like, thriller mystery genre, it's like all the covers marketed this very same stock photo font situation. And then a Dan Brown. Oh, I don't know if this is being well received, but Dan Brown also an author my parents and a lot of people like. So, like, Dan Brown and John Grisham are, like, classic. S.A. Cosby is, like, newer, and people have really liked some of his stuff. But obviously, Frida McFadden is really doing well, isn't she? I don't know how much that'll split the vote. I probably will just end up voting for this one because my grandma likes it, and I liked watching the movie. But maybe I'll hold off. I could also root for the S.A. Cosby if people think that I should. But that's, like, currently where I'm at. In terms of winner, it's got to be one of these 3, right? It's got to be a Frida McFadden, I think. Like, yeah, that's how I feel. I don't love that, but I think that's what it's got to be. All right, romance. I'll actually know things in the romance. All right, so I haven't read any of these. Well, I've read something by B.K. Borgerson. Didn't really like it that much. So I haven't wanted to read this one or other things in that series. I read, like, Love Like Farms by her. The Favorites is considered a romance. I feel like most people on, like, YouTube are very much like, this is not a romance. But I guess it's being classified as a romance here. I don't know. I've been wanting to read it because I think it's either figure skating partners or dancing partners drama. I've heard the audiobook is amazing, so I do really want to try it. I adore problematic summer romance. I had a really good time with it. Don't know anything else there. I've seen this cover around and it's very pretty. I have the mixed reviews for The Great Big Beautiful Life makes me wonder if it has a chance. Traditionally, Emily Henry is going to win in this category every time. Sorry, hair's just moving like crazy. But I don't know how much those mixed reviews exist in the real world or just the internet world. So, and then we got Abby Jimenez, which I would also say was kind of mixed reviews. At least for me, I think it's a good one, but not one of the best ones. And then we have the Allie Hazelwood, which of course with an age gap romance, that's just going to be mixed, so to speak. So I actually don't know of those 3 which one will go away with it. I think Emily Henry probably, because, like, she just will usually win this. Sarah Adams, I actually read the second book in this series. I haven't gotten to this one yet, even though I think I'll have fun with it. I have not read any of these cozy-looking, secretly spicy books. Oh, there's The Deep End by Allie Hazelwood. Did I like that one more or less than Problematic Summer Romance? I don't know. I actually, for sure, do think I'm going to vote for an Allie Hazelwood, though, because those are the ones I've enjoyed the most this year from this slate. I just don't know which one. I think actually it's Deep End. Like, I know people are, like, very against reading from, like, the college perspective, but I actually thought they were pretty mature. Arguably more mature and put together than some of the hero in this book, and he's, like, in his late 30s. So I think this is the first one where I'm committing to a vote, because as much as I love Abby Jimenez, Say You'll Remember Me was not for me. So let's move to Romantasy, where I'm gonna know nothing. I mean, I've recognized some covers. Like, I recognize this cover. Oh, Annie Davenport, that's the author who wrote Blood Trials. So that's cool. Accomplice to the Villain, my friends are liking that series. I haven't... Silverly, it's like a dystopian one. Oh, Sulin Tan's here with Immortal. I like Sulin Tan. I do think, actually, probably Alchemize is gonna win, but I don't know. I don't know enough about what's hyped on TikTok. I feel like this is a TikTok category. Like, if you're on TikTok, you already know what's gonna win. I don't. I like Onyx Storm, but I don't like Onyx Storm as a romantasy. I like it as a plot-based book. The romance in it itself, like, she needs to do something with it, which she has done, and the 4th book will be fun, but, like, if we're talking TV shows, this is like season 4 of Buffy. Like, we're really not. We're spinning our wheels just a little bit. Oh, wow. So Emily Wilds is in here. Oh, yep. Here's the other Hermione fanfic situation. Oh, I'm curious how The Night and the Moth will do. That's been getting a lot of buzz. And then we have A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping and Mate, which I haven't read yet. So, man, Allie Hazelwood's got 3 showings. I've only read one of them. Oh, wow, there's the other Hermione. Jesus Christ. Not even to get into the weeds of everything with that, but, like, goodness. So I don't know. I don't know what I'll do. I think probably I'll just vote for the one I've read and I liked. But, like, I don't necessarily think it's a romantasy. I don't know. I'm gonna hold off for a minute, actually. And just see. I don't know. If you think Immortal should win, let me know. Maybe I'll throw a vote that way, because I do love Sulin Tan. I just didn't read that book. But, yeah, I mean, honestly, a little bit more diversity than I anticipated in this category. I mean, I say that. There were 3 Hermiones. But, like, different flavors of romantasy I felt was present. Now, I'm very curious. The next button we're about to click is fantasy. And, like, some of the books in here are popular fantasy books, but that I do think probably deserve to be here. I mean, the only one that, like, for sure had to be here is Onyx Storm, but that I just, like, personally don't think had strong romantasy components, but I do think it belongs here. So let's go to fantasy. No, we're not gonna right-click right now. Okay. Wow, let's see what this is. We've got Joe Hill, King of Sorrow, or King Sorrow. I know Joe Hill is a horror author, so apparently this is fantasy. Oh, Brigands and Bread Knives, the new Legends and Latte book. I don't know what A Resistance of Witches is, but there is always a witch book on this list, because there's always, like, a general fiction book about witches that makes it here. I have been hearing compelling things about The Everlasting by Alex E. Harrow. Have I loved anything I've read by Alex E. Harrow? No, negative. But I'm fascinated by the idea. I've only read, like, the novel 1,000 Doors of January, and I think she's the one who wrote The Spindled Splitter, like the novella. So I'm cautiously curious about that one. This is the whole, like, the list gets set up in a way where there's cutoffs. So, Wind and Truth is here because it came out after the cutoff last year. And The Strength of the Few is here because it comes out the day you're seeing this video. So it counts. Fascinating. Haven't read this one yet. It's on my TBR. I have read Wind and Truth, and, like, I really like it. Like, I really like it. Had a great time reading it with a friend and chatting with it with my real life friends and my mom. Like, I don't know. Everyone I know in the real world who I've been reading Stormlight with in my real life had a blast, just like me. So I think the internet went burr a little bit there. I totally forgot we had a sequel to this Holly Black. This is the new V.E. Schwab, and I think it's generally been well received, but it also hasn't been, like, super hyped or been obsessed with. And I can't tell if that's just, like, a romantasy situation, because we're just getting less fantasy talked about, or if it was actually, like, really liked. We have The Raven Scholar, which I really did enjoy. Here's the Amelia Hart, who wrote one of those general fiction books that ended up over here. I don't know if this one's actually general fiction, and I do recognize that, I think it was Bewitched, like, it had witches in it. It's just, it felt like a book that was made more sense for a general fiction audience. And, like, obviously people who read fantasy might also like it, but it wasn't going to scratch the same itch as some of the other tropes we're used to, like in Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil. The Raven Scholar, though, that was a big hyped book this year. I do not know The Society of Unknowable Objects. Watermoon, I felt got a lot of low ratings, but that production is stunning. Like, if you haven't seen that book in the wild, it's so pretty. I think that's, like, pseudo Studio Ghibli comped book, whether it's actually, like, a Studio Ghibli film, I don't know. And then we've got R.F. Kuang's Catabasis, I don't know. People have not been enjoying that one as much as her other works. There are very few people I know who love her works that are like, this is my favorite. And I don't think it's the one where, like, if you haven't liked her before, it's going to change your mind. Based off reviews I've seen. So I am not reading it. Wow, I've read a lot of these. Look at me go. I just read The River Has Roots. Really enjoyed it. I read A Drop of Corruption. I liked it more than book 1. I read The Devils. Another take of mine is it's my favorite Joe Abercrombie. Again, the internet, not loving it that much. I had a great time. The incandescence here. What a delight. That's getting my vote. that takes no thought. It's not going to make it very far, but it's getting my vote. Oh, I forgot to finish talking about the bottom. Well, it had the new Mary Lou. And then, what were some of the other ones? I don't know what Alchemy of Secrets is anyways, and I haven't read Hemlock and Silver yet. But, like, what a delight. Do I think it has a prayer of winning? No. But that just made me happy. Honestly, this is a slate of pretty good books that we haven't had in a while. I feel like it's been a few years since because, like, I'm going to like Hemlock and Silver, for sure. So 1, 2, 3, I'm going to read Strength of a Few. I've read this one. I'll probably get to Bury Our Bones eventually, and I'll probably have, like, at least a 3-star time. This is a 5-star read. I don't think Wind and Truth will win. I really don't think so. Yeah, I think it'll make it to the next round, maybe, but I don't think it's going to win. I don't think The Devils is going to win, but I liked it. And let's see, and I liked The Raven Scholar quite a bit. So yeah, that's pretty good. I think that's a pretty strong slate. What's the next category going to be? Oh, science fiction. That's never a good time. Let's see if they prove me wrong, but this is traditionally not a good category. So let's find out. All right, well, first up, we've got this book over here called Luminous by Sylvia Park. No idea what it's about. Looks at a first glance like a general fiction book that probably has a sci-fi element. Don't know if that's true, just what it looks like based off the cover. But Death of an Author, this works here. I'm happy that's like a sci-fi book. I mean, I haven't read it, but I think it works. Like, she's actually probably playing more in general fiction space with like a sci-fi element based off the reviews I've seen. But she's traditionally been a sci-fi author, so seeing her here makes a lot of sense. I don't know what these memories belong to us. We've got a John Scalzi. I think this is the most recent, if not the last book in his Old Man War series. Salt Crop. This author does really well at the Goodreads Choice Awards. I've read the first book that she wrote. I haven't read the second, but this is the most recent one. I really like the covers. I don't know what this one's about in particular, but she does have like an engaging style based off the first book I read. I don't know what this one is. I don't know what this one is. I don't know what this one is. Scrolling down, we got another John Scalzi. I'm going to say maybe John Scalzi takes one of these. I don't know which one. Maybe the cheese one because it's a standalone. I don't know what that is. This is one of those bindery books that's been doing well, I think. I think this one's been pretty popular. I've seen this cover everywhere. Haven't read it, but it's a very pretty cover. The Dream Hotel. See, I know this one's a general fiction book. I know this one is. I've read a book by Leila Lalami. It's very good, but it's a general fiction book. Oh, the Annalee Newitz, The Automatic Noodle. I think this is a novella. I think it's cozy. People have been liking it. Oh, this one's fun that this is here. I remember Rachel from the Shades of Orange talking about this one a while ago, I think. And I had it kind of on my radar, and I like how the cover looks. I don't know anything about it, but I know that that's sci-fi. See, this category has such a low bar. I just want it to be like a sci-fi book. What a time. And then we do have Shroud by Adrian Tchaikovsky. Yeah. And then The Compound, based off Kayla's review at Books and Lala. That is not a sci-fi. Maybe a thriller. Maybe a general fiction, not a sci-fi. So of things that I know of as sci-fi and consider sci-fi, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Almost half of it. That's par for the course. What will I be voting for? Goodness if I know. I don't know. I don't have a strong opinion. I'll have to sit on it. Yeah, I'm just going to have to think about it. Horror. Will I know some of these? I will. I'll know like 3 of them. I'm going to know at least 3 of them. Oh yeah, I got 2 in this first row. We got The Bewitching by Sylvia Moreno Garcia, which I think I've heard generally good things about. It's funny. This and Bury Our Bones in the Soil, Midnight Soil, are both like women from different generations, like 3 women sort of thing. It's like this one's witches, I think, and the other one's vampires. But this one's horror and the other one's fantasy. And I think this one's actually a horror, but I'm not positive. And then over here, we've got The Possession of Alba Diaz, which I really liked. I've heard of this one. I've heard it's pretty good, but I haven't read it myself. I have the audiobook for Bat Eater and Other Names. It's a Grady Hendrix. Don't know if I'll ever get to it, considering my first run with Grady Hendrix wasn't my favorite. You can see my October wrap-up for thoughts about that. We've got The Lamb. I've heard about that. I've heard about this. Let's see. Buffalo Hunter I really liked. Is that going to be my vote over The Possession of Alba Diaz? I don't know. You can tell I live in the Midwest now, based off the ads I get on the side. I haven't heard of that one. This is the new Chuck Tingle. I've heard people's reviews of this are very mixed. You Weren't Meant to Be Human. Do I know anything in this bottom row? Oh, the sequel to Bunny or prequel to Bunny? I don't know. A bunny situation. Well, didn't mean to go there. Well, now everything's going to be real fun. This is a book we hadn't talked about. That was a book we hadn't talked about. We hadn't talked about that book. And Hungerstone we hadn't talked about. In terms of my vote... Oh, and then here's a Stephen King. I think the Stephen King's probably going to win. We'll see if I'm wrong. In terms of my vote... I think it's got to go Buffalo Hunter. I think that's where it's got to be. And this one's a fun category because I actually read quite a few of them, so that's fun. Ooh, debut novel. This is always like such a fascinating category. Like, ooh. Let's see. I don't know any of these. Do I have even any remotely interesting thoughts? No. Is this about to be the one I vote for just based off cover? Yes, because Homeseeking is so pretty, guys. It's so pretty. Please tell me it's a good book. Somebody tell me it's a good book. Oh yeah, the audiobook category. This was new. This was new last year. Oh, I think I'll actually have an opinion because I listened to The Devils. Really enjoyed it. We got the Bachman. Oh, I think Emily Henry's audiobook is going to win. People love the audiobook narrator for that. So that's my suspicions. I also really like the Onyx Storm audiobook. Like, I think that's a large reason why I like that series. The audiobooks are very engaging to me. I think I actually will vote for the Onyx Storm. Like, I don't think I like that series unless I have the audiobooks. Like, I don't think that's happening. All right, young adult fantasy and sci-fi. Like, I'm going to know anything. All right, well, I'm going to say that this is probably winning right here. That's a vote that I have. Oh, I really like Rebel Witch. That's probably going to be my vote. It's the only one I've read. I did not know this Su Lin Tan was considered young adult. Someone tell me if that's true or not, but I've been curious about Never Ever After, and I assumed it was adult because all of her other stuff had been adult, although she does have, like, a new adult style. So, I'm not, like, shocked. The last book in this series, I wonder how far it'll go. I've heard nobody talk about it. But I like Rebel Witch. I've read a book in this category, which is shocking to me, and so I'm going to vote for it. Let's see if I got anything in this young adult category. Interesting. I know so little about any of this. My friend Brittany liked this book. Maybe I'll vote for that one just because I think she liked it. Yeah. I don't have any opinions here. I got nothing. Maybe later I'll vote for this one if I'm feeling it. Nonfiction, am I going to know anything here? Oh, I read Everything is Tuberculosis. That'll probably be my vote. Oh, but one day everyone will always have been against this. Ryan just bought that one, so I'll be reading it eventually. But in that one, I think that one has a really good chance of winning. So does Everything is Tuberculosis. I feel like both of those were really short, really easy to get to. The Service Berry, I don't think it'll win, but I've been wanting to read it because I really like the other nonfiction I read by her. Because I've read it, and I honestly, from a science perspective, really like its messaging, I'm going to go with Everything is Tuberculosis. Let's go to Memoir. Oh, am I going to know anything here? I don't read a lot of memoirs. especially not a lot of up-to-date memoirs. Careless People came out this past year. That seemed like a century ago. Goodness, time is both so quick and so fast. Like, so long. I don't care about any of these. So I'm probably not going to vote for anything here right now. If you have a memoir you want me to throw my vote towards, sound off in the comments down below. History and biography. Yeah, right. The Cure for Women. What's that one? Interesting. Sisters in Science. The four women physicists escaped Nazi Germany and made scientific history. That could be fun. Yeah, I don't know any of these. So if you have read any of these and you're like, this is a really good one, let me know. I will not be voting for the Mark Twain one. I do not enjoy his books. I'm sure he's an interesting guy. Oh, is that all of them? Okay, I did the thing. Let me stop this screen here. Actually, before we do that, I do want to find out if that one author is who I think she is. Before you guys have been sounding off in the comments down below, let's go find out if this author is who I think she is. I think it is. I'm pretty sure this is the author of Nightcrawling. Nice. So she will probably get my vote. But that's my reaction. And honestly, I have been more disappointed. Honestly, I would say I'm more happily surprised. I don't feel like I have any drama that I notice other than there are just things that I already knew. Like how many Germani books would be in the Romantasy section. Like that was just going to happen. But otherwise, I feel okay. Now, do I think it's more or less diverse than normal? I have no clue. It's probably as bad as it's normally been. Just based off a glance. Like, you know, I definitely see like some token people being put in different categories. The categories I knew well were for sure at least not all white. But, you know, it's the Goodreads Choice Award and it's publishing, and publishing's always been in a little bit of a backslide and all that stuff. So yeah, that was fun. I had a good time. Hope you had a good time. I'm now excited to go watch everyone else's reaction videos. So if you made one, feel free to let me know so I can go watch it, because I do love this time of year and I love distracting myself from responsibilities, because this, for better or worse, does signal to me that this is the beginning of the holiday season. Like Thanksgiving is like 2 weeks away, American Thanksgiving, and then I got a month till Christmas, and I just really enjoy family time and decorating, and we already had our first snow in the Midwest, which is wild. So yeah, let me know any opinions you have, any recommendations you have down in the comments below. If you want to leave an emoji to let me know you're here, leave a star emoji, and otherwise, like if you liked it, subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.